Hi, I Chandrashekhar Tilak welcome you all in this episode of Market. It is getting aired on the auspicious day or a muhurta of Gudi Padwa, which happens to be the beginning of a new year as far as the Hindu calendar is concerned. It is coming closely on the heels of a conclusion of earlier financial year as well. And as all of us are aware, it is quite tumultuous as far as the last year was concerned. And the forthcoming year may not be different. If Corona was the background as far as the financial year 2020 was concerned, certainly the same thing continues to be over here. In fact, when this particular video was getting recorded, the news was spreading like a hell that as far as Maharashtra state government is concerned, they may announce a fortnightly complete lockdown at any moment of time. Is it the only occasion or the reason or the trigger why we should consider our investment strategies or rethink as far as our investment strategies are concerned? Certainly not. As far as the Monday market is concerned, which closed on 12th of April 2021, indices of the BSE Sensex was down by more than 1,700 points, and it closed somewhere around in the vicinity of 47,900. To be precise, 47,883. Nifty was also in the same wavelength. And in fact, during that particular day, at one point of time, BSE Sensex was down by more than 2,000 points as well. But fortunately, the trading volumes have not tanked. Under such circumstances, it clearly shows that certain players are active. Even otherwise, as we have observed in many earlier episodes of our market, at every moment, at every level of rise or hike as far as the Sensex or Nifty is concerned, there is some sort of a profit booking which is taking place. And it was obvious. The triggers may differ from time to time. The reasons and reasonologies or the ideologies behind it may differ from time to time. But one action is certainly taking place, and that is taking place concurrently and continuously, and that is that profit booking is happening. At this particular juncture, even though there is every likelihood that GDP growth rate may show a sound rise as far as the financial quarter January to March is concerned, many corporates are expected to come out with a good results. In fact, few of them may go ahead and announce some sort of a buyback of shares, but even then, BSE Sensex or a Nifty as far as our country is concerned, and it is equally true globally, some sort of a fear triggers are getting into action. And one of that might be certainly the re-emergence, and that too with a vengeance, of Corona. Because as we have already been aware, what sort of perils do forthcome along with such kind of a lockdown. And especially so when such lockdowns are imposed in commercially important cities like Mumbai. People are not only psychologically afraid, but people get affected financially as well. And over a period of time, when we started our lockdown experience somewhere in March 2020, that was the first time when we witnessed it. As such, we were not aware. It was getting preceded by some sort of a continuous economic activity. But as far as this April 2021 likely lockdown is concerned, I am using the word likely lockdown is concerned, certainly people have already undergone that turmoil for the last 1 year or so. People and business per se are just getting up and coming to their feet as far as the after effects of Corona is concerned. And under such circumstances, when another round of a Corona and the resultant lockdown is considered, it is certainly people are much more worried. And under such circumstances, it is always treated by the market as a maxim or a golden maxim that one in hand is better than two in bush. And probably that's the reason the investors, whether they are local or global, whether they are individual or institutional, they have started booking the profits. But is it the only reason why this particular market has gone down to such an extent in a single day? Because even otherwise, such kind of a discussion was in air for a few days even before. Number one. Number two, ours is not the only country, or ours is not going to be the only state where we are reimposing this kind of a continuous and strict lockdown. Many European countries have already done it, but probably because as the economic strength to witness and withstand such particular episodes are getting weakened and people are more psychologically worried. And if psychology is playing the game more than the real profit operations or the real business operations, is it a right time to select a sound script and purchase those shares or invest in those opportunities with a medium to long term view? Are we able to take such kind of a contrarian view? Are we ready to adopt some sort of a day and positional trading opportunities as far as our investment strategies are concerned? Even if we are investing in mutual fund, instead of making our huge placement at one go as far as our real investment mutual fund schemes are concerned, can we park our funds in some sort of a liquid fund and by way of a systemic transfer plan keep on shifting our investment products or our investable surplus into the real mutual fund product or a scheme which we are going into? Because as far as certain mutual fund schemes in the nature of asset reallocator are concerned or the balance schemes are concerned, they are showing a good result. If we are investing in some sort of a dividend reinvestment plan, can we have a think of it? Especially, this may be a good period to select those particular products which are more NAV based, which clearly indicates that they are basically a combination or a product mix as far as the investment products are concerned. Some of the components may be interest related, some of the components may be market rate related, some of the components would be a combination thereof, and a combined value thereinto gets resulted into a net asset value. And as we have always seen, that whenever such kind of a tumultuous or a turmoilic situation prevails in the market, the NAVs keep on fluctuating. If our monthly allocation for such investments are same, under such circumstances, we may be benefited by both ways. Especially when my monthly amount is fixed and NAVs for reason anything are down, to that extent more units would get credited into my month. And vice versa would happen, and that may be beneficial to me if I have to withdraw money in that particular month. I may keep on withdrawing the money at a higher NAV and keep on reinvesting the same at a lower NAV, especially in the same product, thereby minimizing even on my transaction costs. And under such circumstances, we can really think of a pension product to that extent as well. Can we make good use of a tier 2 of our NPS accounts as well? Certainly, a beginning of a new year may be a trigger or maybe a good opportunity or an occasion to reconsider what sort of a views and what sort of a product which we are really going to use. One thing is very certain, that certainly this is not a period or an occasion when we as an investor class can depend on interest related instruments, and that too basically issued by a government. As all of us are quite aware, that very recently that episode has taken place in our country, where a particular circular was issued lowering the government interest bearing schemes or small saving schemes, where the interest rates were getting lowered by 0.5% to 1%. Fortunately, that particular circular was withdrawn overnight, and we were told that that particular circular was issued by oversight. But there are many persons who are knowledgeable enough as far as these developments are concerned, and who are knowledgeable enough as far as the market developments are concerned, who strongly believe that this particular circular may get reintroduced once the West Bengal and Tamil Nadu elections are over. I have nothing to do with politics as far as this particular episode is concerned. But if it is really going to happen, under such circumstances, it is better to be away from such particular product and concentrate on products where exit as well as entry is within my own control, and I do not get duty bound or I do not get locked down into any such products. So if I am in a position or if I am in a mood to start any new SIP in whatever manner, whether it is equity related SIP or a mutual fund related SIP or a ETF related SIP, under such circumstances, rather than committing myself for a large term, I can keep on investing every month as my habit is, but I can choose the product every month. And that's why I feel that this particular year, which is starting on a Gudi Padwa day, that is today, while wishing you the best and wishing you a happy new year, it is entirely up to us to decide whether this particular new year will turn out to be happy or otherwise. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.